Star Wars Episode 1 has been a great commercial success. Some critics were less than flattering, especially in science fiction circles, and Star Wars fans are quick to point out inconsistencies with other Star Wars films. Yet despite all this, George Lucas had another hit on his hands and 2 further prequels followed. What is the secret of this success? What is the formula? Well, obviously the special effects played their part, and also the characters, yet the primary factor is likely to be the films telling the age-old story of good versus evil. Evil is defeated and the world can breathe a sigh of relief. This battle is one that everyone can relate to, whatever culture they belong to. North, south, east, west, white, black, brown, yellow, rich or poor. We all understand this battle. When we watch the news or read the papers, the battle is there for us to see. Yet identifying good and evil is not always clear-cut. In Western films like cowboy films, the baddies wore black hats and the goodies wore white hats. The difference is plain to see. Of course, life is not that simple in many ways. Star Wars reflects that Han Solo, although a goodie, is not without his flaws. He likes to smuggle and gamble, for example. Darth Vader came good at the end of his life by saving his son Luke from the evil Emperor. We learn also that Anakin, as he was once known, was basically good, yet had the capability to go either way, the light side of the Force or the dark side. Luke, being only good, was a much less believable character as a result. There are no good people or bad people. All of us are a mixture of both. Some are more good than others, that is all. Those of us who wish to be better people, we have a battle on our hands. The battle between good and evil going on in our hearts. This battle is described by someone called Paul, a real-life Obi-Wan Kenobi. Romans chapter 7, verses 19 to 25. For the good that I wish I do not do, but the bad that I do not wish is what I practice. If now what I do not wish is what I do, the one working it out is no longer I, but sin dwelling in me. I find then this law in my case, that when I wish to do what is right, what is bad is present with me. I really delight in the law of God according to the man that I am within. But I behold in my members another law, warring against the law of my mind, and leading me captive to sin's law that is in my members. Miserable man that I am, who will rescue me from the body undergoing this death? Thanks to God through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then with my mind I myself am a slave to God's law, but with my flesh to sin's law. Now the word sin is an equivalent expression with the word Satan or devil. Satan the devil is a personification of human nature. This is not an abstraction, but that physical principle of the animal nature which is the cause of all its diseases, death, and resolution into dust. It is that in the flesh which has the power of death, and it is called sin because the development or fixation of this evil in the flesh was a result of transgression. Inasmuch as this evil principle pervades every part of the flesh, the animal nature is styled sinful flesh, that is, flesh full of sin, so that sin in the sacred style came to stand for the substance called man. In human flesh dwells no good thing, and all the evil a man does is the result of the principle pervading in him. So there is a real-life battle between good and evil, not only going on inside of us, but also in the world around us. We cannot totally defeat evil within us, let alone in the world at large, but ultimately good will prevail. The only truly good man the world has ever seen will return to establish a state of peace that will last forever.